I feel like girls...
Actually, as an expert, give some tips to the girls out there. If they what's like a good profile? Right. I know girls usually don't have a problem getting likes, but still.
All right, I'll give you a tip right here. If you're a younger girl and you just like graduated or something like that, grad school, undergrad, whatever, 100%, girls look hella good in their graduation pictures. Yay or nay? It's like, it shows like they're successful. It shows like, I don't know, like graduation photos for me at least, it's just, just like top tier photo. Like top tier. Like, I don't know why they're always
top tier? I don't know about top tier, because for me, I see too many girls doing it. A time when we went against a social norm.
Hi, welcome to the Memory Club podcast. We're like a book club, but we share our memories instead.
Hi, I'm Vit.
Hey, my name is James.
And it's been a minute, right? It's been a while since we kind of recorded. So
we've been going through some transitions in our life. So we've been kind of busy, I personally got a new job, and Via was going through a transition, so we're busy, but hey, sometimes life happens. But we're back.
Important thing is we're back. That's the important thing. So
Yep.
How's working? How's starting working? I know that's kind of different, right?
Dude, okay. I don't know if you guys can see my eyes right now. Bloodshot right now, okay? Like, I'm tired.
You want me to edit it out? I'll make it like, I'll put like, you know how those TikTok filters that make you like have some like amazing eyes? I could put that on.
Yeah, give me them amazing eyes. Give me some like give me them googly eyes too,
Okay. All right. You got it, dog. You got it.
Yeah, make my eyes like 3 times bigger too.
Okay.
But but it's been good. What kind of job do I do? That's a secret though. That's a secret. All right.
Okay.
That's a secret, but I got a new job. So yeah, I've been working. I'm a little tired, but it's been good.
Yeah, we gotta get it. We gotta be consistent with the podcast. So yeah.
So we're back at it.
And James, what are we talking about this week?
So today, first of all, our TMI. We're gonna go with our favorite clothing or piece of clothing that we have.
Okay. Go ahead. Do you wanna share what your favorite?
I'm actually wearing it. It's my pink short sleeve sweater. It's from Zara actually. But I actually really like this. Like, I know it's not so much of a thing because it's year 2023. Well, like back in the days, people would be like, dude, you're a dude and you're wearing a pink, like it had that social norm, what I'm talking about? That pink, there was like oh, guys shouldn't wear pink. That's not manly. But I wear it anyway. So yeah, kind of like that. I kind of went against
funny
that,
story
the idea.
For the audience though.
Oh yeah,
I have that same sweater from Zara.
Exact same one.
And one day we were just wearing it and we're like, oh, I have that exact same sweater. Yeah, so it's kind of funny. And this podcast was actually supposed to be the Pink Sweater podcast. One of my
that was
friends,
actually
Crystal,
potential names.
Yeah. Like kind of gave us that idea. Well, she was doing mock-ups for our like kind of like title card, and she just kind of made a mock-up. I'm not sure if she was serious about it, but yeah, that we actually considered.
Dude, that was good though. I really liked that name at one point, the Pink Sweater podcast. Just because like we kind of known for that within our friend group.
Yeah. No, you're right. I think it kind of adds like, it's like our personalities like put into the title.
Yeah.
But we ended like with this because I think it's more of a broad kind of what we are and what we're talking about. So it's good.
Yeah, I agree.
So for mine, actually, I'm really into like different kinds of earrings. I have like these right now. They're kind of like gauges.
Okay.
So I like wearing different kinds of earrings. Like these are cool. I've been wearing those for a while, but I just like kind of messing around and just trying different things and like with different outfits, things like that. I kind of have like this container and I just like store all my like earrings and I just put in my backpack so I could like change out anything I want, like anything I'm feeling. But yeah, I guess it fits in with your kind of your wearing pink too, because I feel like, I mean, it's more normal now, but I guess back then less guys had like earrings and piercings. So
yeah,
I guess
that was
more
like
guys are being
like,
more like, I see guys now like in LA, they have like crazy earrings. They have like the loops, they have the chains, they have like the bars. It's cool. Like
yeah, it was like it was even for
themselves.
guys. It was a very niche thing to do. Like it was like a very niche group of people with the like that just like a lot more like a punk rock or a goth kind of like look. That was a thing, you know.
Yeah.
But then nowadays, I feel like a lot of guys wear earrings, even if like they dress like a everyday person, you know, like yeah.
I think it's good
kinda
too
cool
because
how these things change.
Yeah, it's a good way to express yourself, and then also like I usually see people like the norm. I guess like if you get earrings, it's like studs and stuff, but like now people are just doing all kinds of stuff, so it's kind of cool.
Yeah. And if you look good, you look good. You know, like if you look good with it, you look good with it. You know, like you can don't let other people tell you what. Don't let me tell you what if you don't want to be like that either.
Okay. All right,
but the reason why we're talking about like these things, right? These things that are kind of against like what people like generally think is because today's topic is about a time when we went against a social norm. So like I feel like a lot of people do this. A lot of people just kind of okay, but alright, I don't want to. Let me preface this, okay? Alright, so we're just expressing our opinion. If you disagree, you can disagree. You can leave a comment about why you disagree. But here's my thought. You know, like I feel like when people, there's like a lot of these things that people do or believe because it's just what everybody believes, and I feel like we all fall victim to it. But I feel like it's good to kind of talk about sometimes what these social norms are, and when we personally feel like we went against it, and why we went against it.
Gotcha. Makes sense. Okay.
Yeah. So when you first heard this topic, how did you approach it?
How I approached it is I kind of went. At first, I kind of had a bit of trouble trying to find like a social norm so I had to dig deep. I had to go like way back. I had to go all the way back to like my earlier days. But I had to do a little bit of digging for this one. Then I just pretty much picked like a one that kind of like stuck out to me a lot. Like a memory that is like, oh, okay, I think this one is it. It was the like kind of like the one that was like sticking out for me.
I'm kind of surprised by that because I feel like you and I both kind of do this thing where we observe these social norms. Like I feel like we both observe it quite a lot, and we both like to point it out a lot of the time. So I'm kind of surprised that you had to dig deep for this episode.
You know what I think it is? It's more like I honestly I don't really do a lot of social norms. I just do whatever feels like I feel like it pretty much. But like I was trying to think of something like that like kind of hit me the most. Like I was like that made me feel like a different type of way, if that makes sense. Not just like any other like, other like social norm that was like on the daily or something like that. I don't know.
No, I see.
But it was more impactful, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. You want to go first, or should I go first?
Well, I could go first, but what about you? How did you choose your,
Mine?
your methodology?
I didn't dig deep, like I was just in bed watching TikTok and someone said something and I was like, yo,
this is it.
That's kind of dumb. I was like, this TikTok kind of hits home, like I kind of agree with this and I've been thinking about this. So yeah, that's why, honestly, like, not gonna lie, some of these, epiphanies or thought processes that kind of come when I'm like watching TikTok. I feel like just because it's from TikTok doesn't mean it can't be profound, I know there's like but yeah, so yeah, that's how I thought of mine.
Okay. Well, let me start with my memory.
Okay.
So again, my memory is way back when. So after my like breakup in undergrad, I wanted to start dating again. But it was kind of tough for me because I'm more of an introverted guy. I'm more like a reserved to myself kind of guy, especially back then too. Most people nowadays, they probably see me as an extrovert because like I picked up skills. Like I've like practiced my social skills. But yeah, back then, like even asked like some of my grad school friends, they were like, "Oh, you're kind of awkward. You're kind of derpy and stuff." And I was like, "Yeah, no, I was kind of quiet, this and that." But since I had that issue and I didn't know how to, I guess, develop it at that time, I tried different ways of dating. And one of the ways was I was like, "Oh, maybe I should try online dating." And at that moment, online dating was like it wasn't like an app where you download. It was like a website. It was like, well, there was like, I guess, like beta apps, but it wasn't like like all these, people on them too. It was like just maybe couple thousand people, but like, it wasn't like, Tinder, Bumble, Coffee Meets Bagels, all those, like, it's so crazy now. But there was this one time I was like kind of expressing to one of my friends at the time, and they were telling me like how my dating is and asking me these questions, and I was telling them what I was doing, this and that, and they were kind of leaning towards me or like kind of letting me know like, hey, why are you doing online dating? Why don't you just do like real life? Because that sounds kind of desperate to do like online dating, right? And that kind of like made me feel some type of way because I'm like, wait, why does it matter if I do like online dating or, it's not like unethical. It's not like immoral or anything like that. It's just like the stigma it had to it at that time. It was like, like, I guess nerdy or like, just unconventional. And this person was telling me that, like I shouldn't be doing it. But even though I was getting like
thinking
results, so I didn't understand it at the time.
They're probably thinking like, oh, like you're clicking on those website banners, hot single 30-year-old girls around you.
try to what do you call it? Get what do you call it? Lonely? Was it lonely girls in your
like a single lonely girls around you? Click on this link.
I think that's what it was, like that stigma, right? But like
there was that stigma,
yeah.
And it was like it was for like those people who are like who can't meet women in real life. Like you are just a loser that can't meet women in life, so you have to go to the internet and you have to. Yeah, there is a little bit of that social like a norm and look of how people review that. But yeah, I could see that.
Yeah, but like it's so funny nowadays because like everybody's on apps now. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it's the norm. Like, if people are getting married on apps, and like that's why I tell some of my like traditional friends that like, dude, you don't have to do like you don't have to do the normal thing. I feel like even like actually doing normal things to meet like someone, it might be kind of like hard because everybody's doing it, you know? Like it's kind of competitive. Like if you go on online dating nowadays, it's very competitive nowadays actually.
It's everyone's on there. Way too saturated.
Exactly. That's why I'm saying like, and then like people are gonna try new things, and like that's why I don't understand social norms sometimes. It's just like there's a stigma to it. Some social norms are cool because like they kind of keep people together, but there's like, you gotta just have to think about it. Like, does this social norm make sense, or like, why does it matter if like I'm meeting someone online or whether, you know, I just think that I feel like people should just like be more understanding and like, just like see the situation before like they actually kind of make a judgment, you know?
That's true.
Did you ever have like a kind of I'm not sure if you ever like tried online dating back then. Did you ever like kind of felt like anything like that, like while doing like anything like dating or anything like that?
I had like a different thing. I had I'm an extrovert, you know. I'm an extrovert. So I went through a phase like where I guess I didn't do dating apps as early as you. I started when Tinder was happening. But before all that, when I was in college, I don't know the timeline, but when I was in college, I went through a phase where I was like trying to like pick up girls. Like so every time I saw a cute girl, like anywhere, anytime I saw a cute girl, I was like, all right, I'm gonna go try to get her number. So and I was like, personally for me, thinking of that as like, even if I don't get her number, I'm developing the skills to talk to women, you know, like, because I personally felt like I was awkward, or I didn't have game, and I wanted to develop these skills. I just went out there and just like did it, and of course, like, because I don't have the skills yet, like a lot of times I shoot my shot and I freaking fail hard, right? And all my friends will like laugh at me, and they'll be like, "Oh, James, why would you say something like that?" Or, "James, that's so stupid to say." Or they say, you know, like, they're freaking be downers, but you know, like, I would say that helped me develop a lot of skills to talk to girls. Like, probably better than they now. Freaking, you know, like, they may be fucking making fun of me, but you know, like, maybe I'm just salty right now. Yeah. But, yeah, you know, like all my friends, you know, they didn't understand my behaviors. They didn't do that. But I personally felt like it helped me grow as a person. And, be able to talk to strangers better. You know, so like, yeah, guys, viewers, listeners, listen, okay? When you like want to do something, don't let anybody tell you what's up, okay? Like, you do you. Unless, you know, it's something really toxic, then maybe you should listen to your friend. I don't know. It's kind of like, it's not an absolute rule. Shit, like, I don't know.
James puts an absolute rule and then asterisk. Except,
yeah, like, I need like some fine prints to, you know, cover my ass, but, but yeah, honestly, yeah, there's no such thing as absolute. That's why. But, you know, I feel like, yeah, like, I generally feel like you shouldn't go against something just because that's what's widely accepted. Don't just go with it. Develop your own thought. Develop your own reasons to why these things may be. And if you disagree with it, have some valid reasons. And, yeah. And once you have that confidence, just run away with that belief, you know? Did you meet any you had any fruitful success, like any fruitful relationship from your dating apps after that?
Yeah, I did actually. I mean, I would say a lot of my after that, a couple of my like really good relationships were online. So I've only started doing like kind of real life again. Just because, you know, now I have like the skills. Now I could actually like kind of talk to people, and yeah, I've kind of built those social skills after like going on dates. So like the thing is like I didn't have the ability to start, you know, socializing with like my potential partners. So online environment gave me the opportunity to actually build those skills. So I would go on dates and I could see which dates were like really bad and why. And then I could see like how to basically, you know, like hold a conversation, what like works, what doesn't, things like that. And I think that online experience for me kind of solidified my kind of like dating skills now, in a sense that I could do online, I could do like real life if I wanted to. And it's good because I don't think I would be here if that online like environment allowed me to. Because or maybe I would have to just do like force myself, I don't know, to do real life experiences. Who knows? I don't know.
Yeah, I agree. It's a good thing you did it. And honestly, I feel like you had a lot of success on online dating. And it's probably because you've been using it for a while and you know what's good, like what's a good profile, what's a bad profile.
Yeah, actually, yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
that is true. Cause I actually give a lot of like tips and like kind of like
on a good
things.
profile.
Cause I've seen like a good amount of like girls' profiles. So I'll be like, no, you shouldn't do that. Or, okay, that's good. Like I notice, I feel like girls
actually, as an expert, give some tips to the girls out there. What's like a good profile? Right. I know girls usually don't have a problem getting likes, but still.
All right, I'll give you a tip right here. If you're a younger girl and you just like graduated or something like that, grad school, undergrad, whatever, 100%, girls look hella good in their graduation pictures. Yay or nay? It's like, it shows like they're successful. It shows like, I don't know, like graduation photos for me at least, it's just, it's just like top tier photo. Like top tier. Like, I don't know why they're always
top
like...
tier? I don't know about top tier, because for me, I see too many girls doing it.
I don't know. It's just, for me, I don't know why they always look like the best in their, like... Of course, they're probably like dressed up and all this, but it looks like graduation photos for me is just like really good. I don't know. It's just like a really good like picture and like, I guess, kind of story they're telling.
Actually, because a lot of them are very like professional looking.
I don't know. I just like a very like educated, you know, person. So that's why I go for it. I try to like, you know, go for like very similar values, I guess.
I can see that. That's a good tip.
No sunglass pictures. No
sunglass pictures, guys. And like
no sunglasses pictures, please.
How do you feel about selfies?
Honestly, with today's kind of like market
day and age,
like I feel like girls could kind of do whatever, cause
honestly they could do whatever.
They could get away with it, but like
dude,
like
you could
guys,
literally be a cucumber and you probably get more matches than a dude or likes.
But if you want to be top tier, of course, like the candidates always the best too.
Candidates the best.
Like candid pictures.
I love
with your
candid
friends,
photos over selfies
with your girlfriend.
Like one selfie is fine. Honestly, one selfie I feel like makes a zero difference.
Yeah, if you do one like okay selfie, that's fine too.
Yeah, like you know, like you want to put some filter on, you want to look freaking, like your lips looking like, you know, like you want to put some cute selfie. That's fine. But I feel like when it's like selfie, and then they say some shit like, if you don't love me at my best.
Oh, bro, this guy. Oh, shit. All right, James, why did you say that quote right now? Why are we laughing at this quote right now?
There's a reason why we're laughing. It's because that's actually about my topic. So I was watching this TikTok, right? And this girl goes like, when girls goes like, if you don't love me at my worst, you don't deserve me at my best. And their worst is like ready to kill you, and their best is just like being nice to you at one time, you know. And yeah. I completely agree with that statement. When people say things like, "If you don't love me at my worst, you don't deserve me at my best," it's kind of like, it's such a cop-out statement, honestly. Like, as a person, that's my belief. I don't know. Okay, I think I come from a background where I personally feel like you should never view yourself as like a perfect person, or like that you're like, I feel like you should always look to improve yourself. That's kind of my point of view.
Okay, so what about those like people that are like, I'm a 10? Because you're literally saying you're perfect. Because people, like, you ever watch those TikToks and you're like, can you rate yourself? And they're like, I'm a 10. You know what I'm saying? That's saying you're perfect though, right?
You're not a 10.
So you're saying no one's a 10?
Okay, I will say this. I will say there's people who are probably a 10. But they probably they still have some, areas where they can improve. Because no one can be perfect. So that's why a 10 isn't like a perfect. A 10 is like, you're better than 98% of the people out there, probably. In terms of like, I don't know. I think this only applied to one aspect of you as well. Like you're 10 in looks and your personality is maybe like a 7. Or your personality is like a 10 and your look is like a 9, but then maybe your like work ethic is like a 4. It's like, I feel like everybody has like different abilities. And nobody's what is it like those like in games like where people have like a hexagon and they have like their power or traits or abilities. No one's a perfect hexagon, like different people have different strength.
Okay.
So so I feel like when people say stuff like that, I feel like it's just an excuse for their own bad behavior. Like, you personally wouldn't like it if a person is presenting their worst, right? Like, if you're able to apply what you apply to others, then I feel like that'd be fine. Like, if you can say to other person, yeah, I'll love you at your worst so I can deserve you at your best, and then you can say the same thing, you have to love me at my worst, then I feel like that's completely fair. But then that in itself doesn't even go well.
Has anybody said this to you in like real life? Like, someone has said this to you? Because I know that this is like an online quote. Like, a lot of people say it, right? But
no one has said it to me directly. I feel like a lot of times I see people post something like this on Instagram.
Oh, gotcha.
Like when what I mean? Like on their stories. Maybe they were going through a breakup and they just wanted to freaking say something to their ex. Like, you don't deserve me at my freaking best. Or, like, maybe that's what it is. But I see that on, social like platforms, and I even see people like promoting it, like just like those TikTok videos, like
people like them a lot,
and you need to do this. I'm all for like loving yourself. I think it's a great idea. You have to definitely love yourself. You don't like constantly just like whip yourself to like do things and like just like keep criticizing yourself. That's also bad. But I'm talking about people at the other end of the spectrum, like the extremely loving themselves despite all their freaking flaws, and they don't even recognize these flaws. I feel like you need some self-introspection, and you need to look yourself in the mirror maybe I'm not the shit that I am. Like that, I feel like there's a subtle difference. Like, there's a difference between, like, okay, you know how, like, girls like a confident guy, right? Girls like a confident guy. Even guys, yeah. Okay, I don't even want to say girls. Like, everybody likes a confident person. Mm-hmm. But nobody likes a cocky person, right? And there is that subtle difference between a cocky person and a confident person, right? I feel like same thing with just like self-love. There is like self-love, and then there's you just lying to yourself. Like, you're just kind of full of it,
You're delusional.
You're delusional.
You need a reality check.
And I feel like usually, I feel like a lot of the times people who are like not confident are usually not gonna be the ones to be like that. They're probably more critical on themselves, But yeah, like, I don't know. Like, I just don't believe that statement. Like, if you don't deserve me at my worst, if you don't love me at my worst, you don't deserve me at my best. Like, one, like you shouldn't, you should try your best to be, like, if you love somebody, right? I feel like it goes again. It's like, okay, let me organize my thoughts. Like, first of all, like, if you love somebody, right? I feel like you should try to be your best to that person in the first place, right?
Okay.
In a relationship, like, if you're in a relationship, you should try to be your best to that person in the first place. Okay. And of course, life and circumstances happen. And if you're down, I feel like that partner should also still love you, right? But I'm just talking about just in average. Like, you should still try to be your best to that person.
What if that's what they're talking about? What if they're talking about that little kind of dip that, like, people have? What if they're saying,
then
like,
that's fine. I feel like that's fine.
And that was my worst. But, like, if you couldn't put up with me at that time, you don't deserve me after my, like, glow up. You know what I'm saying? Maybe that's what they're talking about.
See, okay, the difference, I think, is that dip is usually, I think it has to be defined by, like, a temporary thing. Because it's the circumstances that are getting you going down the dip, right? Maybe you're going through a loss of job, or maybe your family died, or maybe, like, you lost a friend, or something like shitty happened in life and you're down. Or even something like, I know a lot of my friends in school, like in college, they gained weight during school.
Okay.
Because, like, you're stressed, you're freaking studying, and there's a whole freshman 15, you gain weight while you're just sitting around eating and studying. So you gain weight, and sometimes when you gain weight, you become less attractive, right? And that's okay. That happens. Like, but if you, if you have a certain toxic trait about yourself that's, like, been around your entire life, and you're like, I'm not gonna fix this. You need to love me for this, who I am. Like, I feel like that's not right. Like, if you're a pathological liar, right? And, like, dude, like, that's just who I am. Like, you have to love me for me. I'm just like, no, you need to work on that and try to fix that about yourself.
Okay.
I don't know. I
feel like that makes sense.
Gonna get some hate comments.
No, I think a lot of people are gonna be on your side because it's just I understand that. I understand that, like, if it's a temporary thing, I feel like that's okay. But if it's a long-term thing and you're not making any effort to kind of get out of the rut, it's gonna be hard to be a partner to someone like that.
Yeah. And that's another thing. I think a lot of the times those people recognize that those are, like, bad traits in them, because that's why they're saying at my worst, right? They know it's bad. They know it's not a good trait, but they don't want to do anything about those, like, toxic traits, like, I don't know. It just kind of goes against my own idea of, like, you should always better yourself as a person.
So, James, you don't, I guess you wouldn't like that song, that Pink Sweat song, At My Worst. You know what I'm talking about?
I know what you're talking about.
At my worst.
I just want to say though, okay, guys, okay, I'm not saying you shouldn't love yourself or you should just break up with your boyfriend just because they're going through a hard time, okay? That's not what I'm saying, alright? I need to clarify this. What I'm saying is, if you have a person that's always toxic or always got that negative thing about themselves and they're not willing to work on themselves, but only blame on others for not loving them for who they are, they're the problem, okay?
I need somebody to love me.
Not the other person, alright? So I just wanna clarify that, okay? I'm trying my best to not get canceled out here while still speaking my mind, but yeah.
No, I think that's a good. Yeah, I think a lot of these quotes, a lot of sometimes people just kind of use it to, I guess, justify their actions. Like, I feel like if you say anything, people are just gonna be like, "Oh, I could take that and I could apply it to my life. I'm good." You know what I'm saying? People are like validating their like feelings, their rights, their wrongs. Like honestly, a lot of people are just gonna do them. You know. I kind of see that, like,
I agree. In that sense. Kind of, yeah. So, apply these like advices at your own. Like, you know, like I feel like you should
putting a disclaimer right now.
Huh?
You putting a disclaimer like at your own risk, guys. Listen to me at your own risk.
Yeah, listen to me at your own risk. But. Yeah. Honestly, I don't know. But I do kind of want to hear what people think, like, about this. So, like, if you disagree with me, I kind of want to hear why you disagree with me. Like, so maybe if you do have a disagreeing thoughts, leave it in the comment.
Yeah.
And then, you know, I'll leave a comment to tell you why you're wrong. I'm just kidding. But leave it in the comment. If you have any kind of, like, disagreement with what I think.
On our Anchor page, we have kind of a questions box. You could just like write us however you're feeling, you know.
Yeah. We're also on YouTube, so you can leave a comment on YouTube.
Yeah.
We also have an Instagram, so you can send us a DM.
That's true.
If you want to know where we got these, DM us. If you know. So, yeah. Anything else you want to add on?
Kind of want to.
What are some other social norms?
I kind of want to do like a tangent. Do you have any kind
of? What are some other social norms?
Other social norms that you've kind of like went against?
Yeah, what are some other social norms that you've noticed that are kind of like you went against it?
I think another social norm. I think one social norm is like probably a lot of people don't like and I kind of do this a lot because I just like to have like an integrated kind of group. But when I'm dating someone, I kind of like I don't really care if like who they meet or whatever. It's just like if they're there and I'm meeting up with someone, they're just gonna meet my friends or not. I mean, if they're not cool with it, I understand. But like, if they're cool with it, I don't really care. You know, like some people time it like, oh, they gotta meet like my friends at this time. They gotta meet my parents at this time. 2 months into
relationship, and then my family like 6 months in.
Yeah, but I'm like super chaotic in the sense that, bro, if
you just toss them, dude.
If my parents,
my friends, I know we just met,
but like, you know, if my parents are right there, or like I'll be like, hey, yeah, this is the girl I'm dating. Like, I don't mind, you know what I'm saying? If they don't mind, I don't mind, you know what I'm saying? So usually my girlfriends don't mind. They're like okay with like meeting whoever because they're pretty extroverted and they actually like to be introduced to other people. So they don't care.
Have you ever thought that maybe they're just trying to please you? They're like, how uncomfortable about like, all right, this is my boyfriend's friends. I need to make an impression, so I'll go meet them.
Okay. Like the best I could do with my girlfriends because they're usually matching my vibe. Like the best I could do is communicate to them. Like the best I could do is like, hey, are you okay with this? Like the best I could do is like ask, right?
Yeah.
Like that's all I could do. And if they say yes, and then I ask them again and they say yes, you know, like I will have to take that yes, right? Like that's the best I could do. Cause I know.
But can they say no though?
If they say no, that's fine. I'll be totally cool. I'll be totally cool with it. Like I'll be like, yeah, I understand why.
All right. All of future Vic's girlfriend, you heard it from here. If you want to say no, you can say no. All right. And if he has a problem with it, refer to this episode.
I always give them the option to say no. Like I even say, like I even give them the thing, like, oh, you could say no. I won't be hurt. I even give them like that option. Like I always give them that option because I know the type of girls I date, they could be a little bit pleasing. Like they're like kind of like trying to just match the vibe. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay, that's good. That's good.
But what
I'm kind of like that too. Like I want my friends to meet my girlfriend. I want my girlfriend to meet my friends because they're just such a big part of my life. Yeah.
But is there a certain time for you? Is there a certain time where you're like, it's too soon, or it's, you know? Because mine is like, you know, even like
maybe parents a little bit.
Oh,
like
really?
That. Parents, I'm a little bit like that just because.
Okay.
Yeah, it just seems like you're super serious if you meet parents.
Oh, I see. I just don't care because if it happens, it just, you know, I'm not gonna force it. Like I'm not gonna be like, if it happens while I'm like visiting my parents or something like that, like it happens. I don't mind it. That's what I'm saying. Like even after like first date or something, I'll be like, it's chill. This is a girl I went on a date with, you know? She's cool. No, you know, you wouldn't do that? You wouldn't do that?
Not parents.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, not parents. Probably not. I don't know. It just seems I don't know. I just feel like yeah, I don't know. I just don't feel like letting them meet my parents. Like I think like if they see them in a car, they're like dropping me off, or I'm dropping them off, or they come by my house and they just like happen to briefly pass by and just be like, hi, bye. Maybe
that's what I'm talking about. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
things like that. Like having them come over to like when I'm over at my parents' house and then have them come over. Probably no. I'll probably try to avoid situations where they'll meet my parents and have to have an extended conversation. Is what I'm trying to say.
Okay, so actually, this one time, I wasn't ready to meet one of my girlfriend's parents, right? Because they were kind of, for me at least at the time, it was too soon because how her family is structured. My family is very like it. They're very like chill and they wouldn't really care, right? But her family is like very serious. Like, oh, if you meet them at a certain time, it's gonna be some like kind of serious, right? So I told her, right? I told her that I wasn't ready to meet her parents actually. So this is me on the opposite spectrum when I communicated, to person, just because the way she was kind of describing her parents, it was kind of like intense. So at that time, I didn't have the social skills to kind of like prep myself and then like also like execute like a kind of like my personality and having a good first impression, right?
Right.
But this girl, right? She, even after telling her, like, even after telling her I was uncomfortable with it, right? And this is the kind of girls I date sometimes, but she wants me to meet her mom anyways, right? And I know it. I could see it. Like, I could see like her planning, like she's just putting everything in place and I could see it too. But I'm trying to tell her, I keep trying to tell her, like, it's not the right time. Let me, give me some more time. But she's just kind of like brushing it off. Like, oh, it'll be fine and this and that. So then she's like, oh, why don't you come into my house and like we'll have drinks and stuff, you know? Like we'll because it was summer, it was hot, it was like whatever, you know? So I was like, okay, I'm gonna go inside her house. And I was like, wait, is anyone home? Because I know her intentions. I could read it. I could read it miles away. She's like, no one's home. I was like, okay, close is clear for now, right?
Yeah.
And we keep going. We're just hanging out. And a couple minutes later, her mom comes home. And then she's like, oh, I didn't know my mom was going to be home. I was like, oh, really? And she's like, oh, mom, this is a guy I'm dating, this and that. And then we introduce ourselves. And I'm like, dude, I'm like kind of like not feeling it. And then also, I'm very nervous at the time. Yeah. So I it's really hard for me like to kind of like express myself, kind of show my personality, whatnot. And we hang out for a bit and then like I just dip, right? We go on like our date or whatnot. And yeah, then she gets like a little bit of feedback from her mom saying like, oh, I don't think you should date that guy. Cause he seems kind of like, he doesn't seem like kind of like a charming nice person or whatever. I was like, oh dude, I was like, girl, didn't I tell you I was like not ready for this? Like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So yeah, it's good to communicate with your partner, you know, if you're going to do these things. All right. So yeah, that's why, like, I mean, I always ask my partners, like, if they're okay meeting my parents and stuff. And most of the time they're okay because actually the girls I date, they love meeting parents because it's like, I'm be real, it's like the girls I date, they're
probably trying to seal the deal, dude.
Yeah, exactly. They see it a way to seal the deal, right? So of course they're gonna want to meet the parents, right? So that's why I'm saying the girls I date have no problem with that, and they're like extroverted. They're super like people oriented. Like they'll have no trouble making a good first impression. Like I'm very confident in their skills. But yeah, that's my stories with meeting parents.
Do you feel like you're still okay? How long was the relationship when she was asking to meet parents?
Dude, this was like after like
after first date.
Yeah, she was like very like goal oriented. Like
do you know if she has a husband by now and has a kid?
I'm not sure actually. I am not sure.
I see. That's interesting.
But, yeah, I think. I mean, yeah, the girls I date, they're very goal oriented. They know what they want. They have an end goal, and they're just trying to get to there, and it's fine. It's just sometimes the way they do it is a little pushy. It's a little. I'm just like, could we take some time to just enjoy, before we do other things? But yeah. Have you ever had an incident where it was kind of a, I guess, wishy-washy experience with like meeting parents or anything like that? To match my vibe, to match my memory.
I personally don't have a problem meeting parents, even if it's 1 month in. Which is kind of weird because I feel like it's weird for them to be my parents, but I personally feel like it's okay for me to meet their parents. I think it's partially because I don't want to put my partner in a pressure setting like that, like I don't want them to feel like I don't want them to be uncomfortable. Are your parents intense or what? No, my parents are super nice, honestly. My mom is like super nice. Okay. Like especially if it's like a stranger or my friend of mine, like, or anyone like it, like she's super nice. So like, it's not even that they're gonna be mean, but I'm just so thoughtful and just I don't want my partner to be. But I just don't want them to go through like that. Because meeting parents could be a nerve wracking. So I don't want them to go through something like that so early in a relationship.
Okay.
Yeah. It's not that I'm not serious or like, it's just that I don't want them to feel burdened, or nervous, like how you might have felt. I don't want to put that on them. So that's the reason why I don't want them to meet. So that's why I personally feel like I'm okay meeting parents. Because I feel okay meeting them. I feel like, personally for me, it's a plus if I make a good impression on them. And then the parents is like, yo, like, your boyfriend is actually really nice. Or, like, I think it's a plus for you if you make a good impression. So, I'm personally okay with it. But I did have, an ex where I met her ex, like her previous ex before she dated me. And,
okay.
They were still friends. They were still friends. They were still friends, and yeah, I don't know why at the time I didn't have a problem. I had zero problem with it. I'm like, okay, yeah, you're friends with your ex. That's cool. Like, yeah, you guys still like talk to each other like pretty often. Like, that's fine.
Wait, how long was this relationship?
The relationship was short. It was like 6-7 months. I say sure, but that's probably my longest relationship. But
wait, really? That's your longest?
That's a whole another topic, huh?
That's your longest relationship?
Yeah, about 7 months. Yeah, that's my longest relationship.
Okay.
I don't have a commitment issue. Okay, I personally break up pretty quickly in a relationship if I feel like it's just gonna drag it on, or if I see that it's not gonna work out. Because I feel like a lot of people do see it. They see that like one thing that's like a big problem, or potentially like could be a problem in the future. And I feel like people are just like, nah.
Yeah, I sometimes do that. I sometimes do that, and then like
I don't do that
because I'm very optimistic. I'm like, I think we could get over this. We could,
Yeah.
But yeah, if
I
you're
don't
not feeling it, yeah,
I'm like chop.
Yeah, sometimes it's best to just like
but sometimes I do feel like like James, you do need to try to work through these things instead of just breaking it up. So I feel like that's something I need to work on. Yeah. See, guys, self-reflection, introspection. But yeah, that's something I feel like I need to work on.
Wait, so you never had a bad experience like meeting parents? Like you're just like they always like you?
Honestly, okay, one of the exes, I met her dad, and it was a little nerve-wracking. But I talked to him for like 3 seconds, so I didn't even have time to make an impression.
Bro, that's not then. What do you mean 3 seconds?
I was over at her parents' house, but he was kind of shy. Like, he didn't want to really talk to me or anything.
Oh, I see.
So like, I don't know if he just didn't speak much English either, because he was Chinese, and I don't speak any Chinese, so. So maybe that's one of the reasons why, but, yeah.
Okay. That makes sense. Well, we kind of have a little bit of kind of breaking social norms, and then we kind of went into, I discussed a little bit about, online dating and how it's moved to a social norm. And then you talked about, or see me at my worst.
Yeah, if you can't love me at my worst, you don't deserve me at my best.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but
and then we talked
maybe your worst isn't that good.
Yeah, we talked a little bit about other social norms like meeting parents, things like that, and how we just do everything different. I feel like it just, if it works for you, it works for you, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, did you have anything else to add on to this?
No, that's it. Yeah, I'm ready. I'm ready to be canceled.
You're not gonna be canceled. I think a lot of people agree with that.
I think so too.
Especially with your like specifications and your asterisks and things like that.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, but like I said, see if you have any opinion about that, or any of the part of the podcast. Leave a comment to any of our socials.
Yeah. On TikTok, Instagram, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube. We would greatly appreciate it if you subscribe, follow us, just so you know when we post things and you're up to date with this. Again, we do it every other week. We've tried to be consistent with that. And we're the Memory Club podcast. We're kind of like a book club, but we share memories instead. I'm Vit.
And I'm James.
Peace.
Peace.
Our intro music was produced by Nightwave.